Folks, welcome back. My name's Alex. This is Nostalgianomics. That is a Gape Jaw Bog. Any questions? Good. Let's move on. Today we're going to take a break from talking all the charts going up and charts going down and this card and that box. And I just want to talk about the norm of what to expect moving into the summer months, especially for those of you that have gotten the hobby in the last 3 to 6 months. You haven't been in the hobby going into summer before, so I'm going to let you know some of the things to expect and why to expect them. And it has nothing to do about what sets are going to be released and if the market's going to crash or continue to boom or any of that good stuff. It's just the seasonal trends we normally see in the collectible hobby. So, as summer approaches and we get closer to the end of tax season and everybody's already getting their tax refunds from the government and they're done spending them. Whether they spent them on collectibles or spent them on, their home improvement projects or just, took a vacation with it, whatever they did with that tax return money, that becomes irrelevant because as summer approaches and we get to the May, June, July, the kids are out of school, all the summer activities start to open up. We do start to see a downtrend in not just, collectibles content, people viewing, the videos, but also people spending money on these types of things. Because why? Well, they're spending it elsewhere. They have more options again, right? They are taking vacations. Maybe they're going out on the water, doing the water sports, right? Doing the boating, the jet skiing, and all that good stuff. They're playing golf. They are, doing anything outside. Even if they're not spending money, even if they're just going and taking walks, or they're just hanging out, throwing the football around, throwing the frisbee around. Maybe they have some, pickup teams they play with soccer or softball or anything like that. It's taking their time and attention and energy off of this and onto that. And so you have everyone's time being split or taken away from the hobby during summer. The kids are off school. If people are parents, they're going to be a lot more busy. And it's going to be a lot more hectic trying to keep track of them, finding activities for them, having kids over their house and they're all playing with their friends. And so you just have so much more going on that you don't normally have going on in, the spring and fall and most of the winter except around the holidays, right? And so that's what you need to expect. Now, how does that affect the market? Usually we see more of stagnant trends in the summer. Usually, right? Normally you'll start to see kind of less sales volume. Sometimes you'll see drops in items. Other times they'll kind of just go stagnant. They'll keep kind of selling here and there. No one really wants to blow out their items, but no one is really buying in mass quantities anymore and really running the price up. Usually you're going to see things stabilize just because of the season. Auctions usually start to end lower because again, there's fewer eyes on them. Less people are, glued to their screens. Again, they get busy, they get distracted doing other things. And so it's usually not the best time. Usually, I'm not saying it's going to be, it's usually not the best time to send a bunch of things at auction, especially more niche items that aren't, going to be on people's, the front of their minds. The brand new sets, they're usually always going to do well. But as sets age, it's probably not the best time to auction things, but it's the best time to pick up things. Summer can be the best time to watch auctions and catch deals on auctions, especially when they end at weird times. Weird times during the day, middle of the night. Different days can be better than others. And so it definitely pays to pay attention to that because you can find a lot of deals on the people who did auction those things when they probably, shouldn't have. Maybe they just needed the money. Maybe they just didn't think about this. They don't think about, the seasonal trends or times of day and different days. So whatever it is, you can take advantage of that. But this has nothing to do with what sets are coming out, the strength of the market. Is it going to continue to boom? Is it going to crash? All that is irrelevant. That's all working on its own. And so I just wanted to caution everyone by saying, if you start seeing these kind of trends start to happen, don't immediately jump to, oh, it must be it. This is the big one. The market's going to crash because you may be upset once, August, September come around and things start picking up because all the kiddos are going back in school. Everyone took their vacations. Things are getting, starting to get colder again. Fall's coming. And a lot of those summer activities start to go away and people start to focus more on this kind of stuff because they're indoors more again. They're watching their, computers. They're watching their phones. They're keeping track of YouTube more again. They're keeping track of the market. And so that's just the one thing I really want to talk about is, with summertime approaching, understand there are things that you want to do. There's things that you don't want to do. The one thing you don't want to do is need to blow out items in summer because there are going to be less buyers, less eyes. Do not auction. Things you do want to do is pay attention to those deals, right? Can be time to build positions. Now, when it comes to the brand new sets, Journey together. Deaths and Rivals. Obviously, Deaths and Rivals is going to be released right in the smack dab middle of summer. I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think because it's a summer set, it's going to have any effect on it. That set's way too strong, way too powerful. The market's too strong. There's going to be enough people focused on it to be very strong. The singles are going to do very well. The graded plays are going to do very well. What I'm talking about is, the sets that are now, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years old, Sun and Moon, XY. Those are the things that may not really get forgotten, but just may not be on the top of people's minds, especially if they're spending their time and money elsewhere. You got to think about it. Everyone's got a budget, right? Everyone out there has a budget. Some are better than others. Some are worse than others, but everyone has to use that budget the way they see fit. Now, people like, I'm sure you and me, to an extent, use a lot more of our budget to things like collectibles or other investments because we want to put our money in things that continue to grow in value, maybe pay us over time or, rise in value so we can sell it and make money over time. Other people, they may just want to spend their money on other things and they want to just go have fun. And that's fine. When it doesn't become fine is when those people get mad at people like us because we didn't go, YOLO, you only live once, right? You got to have experiences. Those people get mad at us because we didn't do all that. And then we end up with all this stuff and they're mad because it all goes up in price and we own it and they don't. But obviously there's always a balance. Everyone's got to have experiences, got to, enjoy yourself. But to understand every dollar that you take out of putting it somewhere that is going to appreciate or hold value, is a dollar, taken away, right? Every dollar you spend is a dollar taken away from that. And so someone goes on a $5,000 vacation with their family. That's $5,000 that they're now not going to be spending on the hobby. Maybe now it's a $5,000 credit card bill they're going to have to pay off slowly over the next few months or however long it takes because they chose to do that with their money. And a lot of people do that in the summer. A lot of people, they have to go through the budget. They have to allocate the money somewhere else that was going to the hobby for the past 6-9 months. And that is where you start to run into some of these liquidity issues, some of these problems, especially if you need the money in summer. It's not a place you want to be, in my opinion. Again, not telling anyone to go sell their stuff, not telling anyone to go buy stuff. But in my opinion, if you foresee yourself needing money at some point in the next 3-6+ months, and the money is only going to come from you selling something. You're not going to have any more income coming in. You don't have any windfalls of money coming, and you know that there's a high probability or even like a semi possibility that you may need money, and the way you're going to get money is going to be selling off part of your collection or your investment. Now may be a better time than waiting till that time comes in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's all I'm saying. So try to position yourself in the best way possible. Try to get ahead of this, right? Be proactive. If you see something like that coming up, maybe start to go through things now, find out, what things that you feel like you would want to let go, that you've seen good enough gains on, that you don't think is going to rise as much as your other items. Get out of them now, get that cash now so you have it, so you're not scrambling. You always want to be in a spot where you choose to sell something, not when you're forced to sell. When you're forced to sell something, that's when you get hammered. That's when you're forced to sell at whatever market condition we are in, at whatever price someone's willing to pay you. And usually that market condition's not good, and the price people are willing to pay is not what you're wanting. For some reason, no one knows why, that's just how the world works. It always works out like that. Whenever it comes to the time where you actually need the money, it's not optimal timing. And so if you foresee something like that happening, take the optimal timing, which I would say is right now, and realize some of those gains if you need to. Now, if you don't see anything like that coming up, I'm confident I'm holding most everything. I've made some deals for some things which I had already planned on, a year ago, because I have other things, like I said, I'm trying to do with the money, which if you're selling, you want to make sure you have a better plan for the money than holding it. But if you don't have other plans for it, you're not going to need the money. Your job's stable, your income's stable, you got cash in the bank. Don't worry about it. Take advantage of these summer deals that are going to come. Take advantage of the price appreciation that's going to keep happening, and keep having that long-term mindset. So that's really all I want to talk about in this video, guys, is kind of get everyone prepared for that, so that everyone doesn't kind of freak out when you start seeing the drama videos. Guys, it is June. We have not seen a sale on the Moonbryon in 3 days. It has been 3 days, and there's been no sale. Now, the last sale was still good. It was still like, the same price, but 3 days, guys. It is illiquid. You guys need to dump. Well, before you start seeing those stupid videos, understand it happens every freaking year. There's nothing different. So that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you back here in a new one soon. I'm out.